Yeah, yeah. Halo, halo, halo. Diva, yeah, yeah. All right. Hello, y'all. Halo. Check this out. We got a session for you today. We are talking about who is your leader? Who is your leader? Who is your leader? Halo, my matriarchs. Shay, what's going on? We got a session for y'all today. Now, we're starting at this time. That's just for today because we have had some technical issues, but we're not going to let that stop us. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an hour here, and then we're going to take it over to the UNA University. All right, this is Diva. Halo. All right, we're going to do this thing, y'all. So yes, we are here. We are live in the house. Now, I want to make sure I give some shout outs. What's going on, Zena Hawk? I want to give some shout outs. Now, y'all know how we do this. Y'all know how we do this. The first hour is, for the UNA America. Everyone is invited. Come on in, come on in, come on in. But for the second hour and the third hour, that's going to be in UNA University. That's for my people who are kind enough to donate. And you're going to get into that session, and we're going to go through some detailed stuff, some esoteric. We're going to go through some things step by step so that I can make sure you all get all of your documents together and all of your paperwork sent to the right place. And so you can have all of your freedoms and rights reserved for you. All right, so we're going to go into that in the second and the third hour. That's going to be in UNA University. Hello, Donna. All right, so we're going to do this thing. Thunder, what's going on, brother? So y'all ready? Now, I want to say, because of all of the donations, I thank you all so much. We've been able to give, we gave away so far $950, more or less, just, and then plus another, what is it? 25 times, I don't know what it is. I know we've given away at least 10, so another 250. So we've given away over 1,000 so far, and we're still going strong. We got a lot more to do. We've got some people, some of our businesses with UNA that we're going to be actually purchasing from and supporting, and then we're going to give those to our people in the UNA group. So we got a lot going on, and thanks to you, we're able to do all of this great stuff. Halo, Diva, yeah. All right, so listen up. We got some things that we're going to go over today. I'm answering some questions as well that I've been getting in the inbox, and to all of you who have been donating, I see you. I see you. Thank you so much. I love you. We appreciate you. And we're trying to show you that by making sure we just give back, because you all have supported us so much. So yeah, I want to say thank you for everybody who's given and all of your kind inboxes. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love and your kind words. All right, Prince, Valerie, what's going on, sis? Robert. All right, so we're going to keep doing this, keep going on this, because I need to go over some things that I have been getting in the inbox. And y'all see the topic. Who is your leader? Who is it? Who are you following? All right, know thyself. All right, and then today we're also going to talk about creating a nation. What is the difference between the nation and the sovereign, or versus the status? All right, what's the difference? All right, we're going to go into that a little bit. Nation, sovereign, and then status. And then that's going to be in this session. In the second and third hour, we're going to get into more detail about exactly who you're going to send your documents off to, how you're going to prepare them, what needs to go into what package, and where it needs to go, and when and how it needs to go. We're going to talk about also some of the roadblocks that we're running into, which includes stamps. Getting your stamps, getting your registered mail numbers, and all of that. So we're going to go into some of that and how you can avoid that. Even we're going to talk about paying. because I'm going to be listing some documents, some laws that show there are certain things that you should not have to pay for. So I have people in certain states or what have you that are paying hundreds on top of hundreds of dollars to file documents, or hundreds of dollars to, send them in the mail. We're going to talk about that and help you get those documents on point. On point. All right, let's do this thing. Diva, Halo. Thank you all for joining me today, and thank you all once again for all of your love and support, and thank you, spirits, for letting me be the vessel that you delivered this message through. And my UNA spirits, I love you. All of my matriarchs, Halo. All right, y'all represent today. Thank you all for that. All right, now let's get on to it. Who are you following? Who is your leader? All right, I had this, somebody came to me, and they said to me, okay, so Diva, now, I'm following what you're saying. Once I get finished doing this, am I going to be sovereign? Well, listen up. If you got to ask me that question, if you have to ask me that question, the answer is no. All right. You don't ask me if you're going to be sovereign after you file some paperwork. All right. I've said this so many times. I'm going to keep saying it because y'all ain't getting it. I'm going to say it again. Your paperwork does not make you free. Paperwork does not give you freedom. All right. Your paperwork does not give you freedom. Your freedom starts in your mind. In your mind. If y'all don't have that hierarchy of laws, go and download it. You can get it from unarepublic.com. unarepublic.com/law, capital LAW. unarepublic.com /law, capital LAW. Now go and download that, because you've got to understand, when you know where you're standing as a sovereign and where you're sitting as a citizen, then you understand who you are. You don't have to ask somebody, am I sovereign? Sovereign is what you walk. Sovereign is what you walk. So if you're still getting benefits, or you working a job and they taking taxes out from you, and you're clueless about how to stop all of that, and you're clueless about how to get out of the system, no, you ain't sovereign. So if again, this is a process. You have to, I'm not expecting you to just jump out there and use sovereign. No. And the other thing about sovereignty is that you must have integrity to have sovereignty. Because if you don't have integrity, that's going to be taken away from you right away. All right. You take it away from you because of your own integrity. All right. So, and thank you all, by the way, everyone who's giving your donation. We're going to make sure you get into the room. We've had, like I said, we've had a couple of issues, but it's okay. We're going to get you in there. We're going to get you in there, and we're going to get you this information, baby. So no worries. And also, if you all have any questions, make sure you put them down below. So, all right. Sovereignty deals with how you walk. Paperwork does not make you sovereign. What the paperwork gives you is that declaration so that you can have something else to stand on. But if you know who you are and you're walking that walk, then I don't have to tell you you're sovereign. You're going to know it. There's certain things you're going to do and certain things you will not be doing. Nobody's going to be telling you got to fill out a census, because you're going to know you're sovereign. If you don't know that, then you're not sovereign. It starts in the mind. You got to know this game. You got to know the laws. So what am I talking about when I say that? All right. I've had clients that have had all the paperwork documents in the world, and they do everything that's wrong that a sovereign would never do. For example, you don't sign a ticket as a sovereign because you know you don't have to sign it. However, let's say you one of them sovereigns you just new to the game, and you sign it. You know how to sign that ticket. You're going to put that sucker in a box. You're going to put underneath there your UCC number 1-308. You're going to put your all rights reserved. Okay, you're going to put under threat, coercion, and the rest. Put all of that. Put it in a box. Because you're going to know, as a sovereign, you're going to write a contract. So the sovereign's going to write a contract. We're not going into court, because we handle our business on the private side. That's what sovereigns do. All right? So now I've had people, they'll take the ticket, they'll send it back, and on there they'll say not guilty. A sovereign knows not to say not guilty, because not guilty is a plea. You never plea. Why? Why don't you plead? See, y'all know Monday night Divas Court is coming up. Y'all might want to be contestants so y'all can win some of this money, these gifts and prizes that we give away. All right. So, with a sovereign does not plead, because we're not going to put ourselves under the jurisdiction of these fictitious courts. Why? We're not even going into court. Why? Because courts are for dead, fictitious entities. When you're sovereign, you know that. When you're sovereign, you know that. All right? So that's one of the things we've got to come into the understanding of, that this is not about just filing some paperwork. This is not about just, I'm going to flash a card, I'm going to wear a fez, or I'm going to wear, some kind of... No, you've got to know the law, because nobody is challenging you on your nationality or your status or none of that. They want to... Do you know the law? And if you don't know it, you can have all the freedom documents in the world, and you're going to still end up under somebody's jail cell, because you don't know who you are and you don't know the law. You have to know the law. What is the law, Diva? What law do I need to know? All right, first of all, and let's talk about this. You've got to know, when these people are approaching you, that they are corporations. Now, one of the things that I say, and I don't expect people to walk like how Diva LaRue walks, or how these other people out here who are walking, who are sovereigns. But I don't know anybody who stood on their rights who has not had issues with the system. I don't know anybody. Not one person. All of us who dare to stand on who we are, these people, yeah, they'll come at you. They'll come at you, but you have to know who you are. You have to stand what they say on your square. What does that mean? They might kidnap you. I don't know anybody who hasn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Am I scaring you? You might not be ready for sovereignty then. You might not be ready for this. Because you're a slave, and you're trying to escape. And so this whole thing, this is a game in understanding how to walk in this thing. So now I'm going to give you some understanding on how to avoid certain things that all of us who have had to come before you, who've run into these issues, I'm going to give you some ideas and some tips. This is one of the good things. So don't just listen to what I have to say. You want to hear other people, but you also must study on your own, because I'm going to get back on this. Who is your leader? Who are you following? All right. I'm going to give you some tips so that you can better understand how to walk in this game. However, you have to remember that, you are somebody who is trying to escape from their system. And in doing that, they're going to try to get their hands on you. If you don't know the law, you're going to end up, these are bullies. That's all they are. They're bullies. They've been punching us in our stomach for decades and decades. All right? Now you are coming from under that system. You've got to learn how to stand. And that, first of all, takes courage. If you're walking in fear, you need to just sit down. Go crawl under your bed or somewhere and just be quiet and suck your thumb, because you're not ready for sovereignty. You cannot walk this in fear. That's the first thing, getting over your fear. Once you do that, that's when you, again, all of this is in your mind. Go and find the hierarchy of laws. The hierarchy of laws. I talk about it all the time, because once you really get a grasp of that, then you recognize where you stand as a sovereign. Stop sitting as a citizen. UNA Republic, unarepublic.com/law, capital LAW. Go and download the hierarchy of law. All right. Now, I need to get back on this. Who are you following? Now, a lot of people just want to follow people because they think, oh, I'm going to just follow what they say and follow what they do. Listen, I need y'all to understand something with, all of this that we're walking. Um, Again, I say it's not about the paperwork, it's about your mind. Now, when I first started, introducing this information, I used this Dumbo. Y'all know Dumbo. Some of y'all young people, y'all got a bottle in your mouth still. But some of my other people who know Dumbo, that was that elephant that had those giant ears. Now, this elephant couldn't fly, or thought he couldn't fly. Everybody knew he could fly, but he didn't think he could fly. But they had to give him a feather so that he could get it in his mind that he could fly. Okay. Well, it wasn't a feather. He finally, for whatever reason, he was like, oh, I got a feather. I can fly. Well, it wasn't the feather. It wasn't the feather that was helping him fly. It was in big ears. All right? The same with you all. It's not the paperwork that helps you to walk this sovereignty. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. If you know who you are, you don't need a paperwork to do nothing for you when you know how to walk. Now, it does give you some protections, yes. But again, even with those protections, if you don't know who you are, you're still going to end up on the losing end. They're still going to have you in court. They're still going to have you paying fines. They're still going to have you paying taxes. They're still going to have you with your car registered, your house registered, your child registered, your marriage registered, your business registered. You don't know who you are. You got to learn these laws. Once you do, and once you come from under your fear, that's when you become sovereign. All right. Who are you following? If you're following someone, you've got to understand that you are setting yourself up for failure. My job, and I'm going to tell you this, I am not your leader. So don't be looking at me as your leader. My job is to give you the facts so that you can go and look those facts up for yourself. Why am I telling you not to follow Diva Laree? Because Diva Laree follows her spirits. And one of the things is I don't want people who are ignorant trying to come up behind me and trying to direct me. Oh, Diva, you can't go that way, because if you go that way, what's going to happen with the rest of us? Hey, I'm following my spirits. You better follow your spirits. Because if my spirits tell me to jump off a cliff, Diva Laree going to jump off the cliff. Bye-bye. Okay, that's it. I'm gone. Because I follow my spirits. If you jump behind me, that's your problem. That's your problem. Because you're supposed to be reading. You're supposed to be studying on your own. You're supposed to be following your spirits. My job is to give you the facts so that you can follow your spirits. That's who's leading you, not some black leader, not some religious person over here, not some big mouth guy over here. Your spirits. That's the only thing I'm supposed to lead you to. And so if you're not getting that, if you think you just going, well, I'm gonna do what they do, you're gonna now I'm gonna tell you, because if I jump off the cliff, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna get up like this. I'm good. And I'm gonna walk on. Now the rest of y'all, that's on you. You gotta know what you're doing. Because the thing that works for me may not work for you. That might not be your spiritual path. Diva Laree's spiritual path is to jump off the damn cliff and fly. That's my path. You might not be ready. So make sure you know what you're doing. I'm giving you the facts. All you have to do is go and look that up. That's my job, to give you the facts. You have a spiritual guide. Listen to it. Not all these other things outside of you. Go within. All right. Know thyself. Who are you following? All right. Now, the other thing that I want to get on, is, again, I had somebody ask me about the sovereignty papers. We're going to go over that. Now, you all know the three main documents that help you with your sovereignty: your declaration, your security agreement, and your UCC1 document. Once again, briefly, for those of you all who might be new, your declaration is a document that goes on public record. And when you put something on public record with the county, by the way, y'all write this down now. I'm going to tell y'all something. We as private sovereigns, all right? We're going to file everything with the county. County, all right? Why are we filing everything with the county? The county is the highest agency on the private side, excuse me. On the private side, you've got your county. That's going to be your highest agency, your highest governing agency on the private side. All right, so listen up, take notes and write this down. We're going to go, the county is the highest, and then the city, and then the state, and then the federal. This is on the private side. County, city, state, federal. We are wanting to deal with the county when we're dealing on the private side, because this is the highest governing agency. This is why when you have the sheriffs, we're talking about sheriffs, you always call them the sheriff when somebody's getting evicted, because the sheriff is the highest governing agent on land. And then the county is where the sheriff resides. That's where some of you all are in different countries or what have you. But whoever deals with evicting people from their houses, that's your sheriff. All right. And it's different names in different places. But it's your sheriff is going to be your highest governing agent. And your highest governing agency would be the county. And this is where we file. Now, when we file a document on public record with the county, this is recognized and respected. It is to be respected by every county and country on the planet. When you file a document on public record with the county, it is to be respected with every corporation and company on the planet. All right? So those are the things that you want to make sure you understand. We're dealing with the county when we're filing our documents. You're dealing with the county clerk when you're filing your documents. And once again, some of us have run into some issues with these counties and these county clerks. And these people are going to have to start coming into compliance. Because when you, listen, I need you to understand, pay attention. Because these people work for you. All of them. Especially the county. The county works for you. All of these are elected officials. So when we're talking about the sheriff, we're talking about the clerk, those people they take an oath. As a matter of fact, everybody who works with these quote-unquote government agencies, they have to take an oath of office. Once again, y'all remember, when we're taking an oath, they're talking about so help me God. Any covenant they're talking about, so help me God, that's a covenant. That's dealing with federal. Now, I said federal was at the bottom on the private side, but on the public side, federal is at the top. And that's going to be powerful for you as well. So listen up. The same way I said on the private side, county, city, state, federal. On the public side is the exact opposite. It's flipped. It's federal, state, city, county. All right? Now, we're dealing with the top. What are we going to public? Or the private or the public, we're dealing with the top. So on the private, okay, we're going to deal with the county when we're filing our documents. But all of these people at the county, they deal under federal. So they're federally funded. So this means the federal government, by the way, they work for you. When we're talking about FEMA, they work for you. You got to know how to deal with these people. We've been made to fear them because nobody wants us to contact them. We've been made to fear the federal government, the Internal Revenue Service, FEMA, IMF, all these federal governments. They've made us think, you better not mess with them. They're going to come after you. But they haven't been coming after you. They've been the one giving money. When you're talking about the IRS, that's not the Internal Revenue Service. They're not even federal. They're just a private corporation. I'm not getting into that today because I've gone over that before. But what I need you to understand is when you're filing your document, your declaration, it has to be respected. And it is recognized by every corporation, every county on the planet. Because all of them are under federal jurisdiction. What am I talking about? Federal jurisdiction. If they got a post office that's delivering to them, They are under federal jurisdiction. If it's a corporation and the post office is delivering to them, they're under federal jurisdiction. It's a corporation. All right? And they got to respect your law. Let me tell y'all something. Make notes. Take notes. When you put a document on public record, that is a law. That becomes a law. Any law that you put on public record that's unchallenged, it's a law. And it stands as record. This is why you're getting blocked. And what they're doing is illegal. It is illegal for them to not file your documents. When you go into these places, look, I need y'all to understand. I'm trying to see if I have my documents with me. But listen, when you put a document on public record and you put your stamp, we're going to go over that, where you put your stamp. All right. When you put your stamp on that document in that upper right-hand corner and you turn it over and you put your stamp in the upper right-hand corner with your autograph through it, you become the judge of that document. Understand now? I'm going to say this. Y'all taking notes? Y'all taking notes? Y'all taking notes? Listen. When you put this document on public record, this is a court. This becomes a set of laws. It is a trust. Your declaration is a treaty. Y'all heard that? It's a set of laws. It's a court. It's a trust. It's a treaty. And you become the judge of that document. When you put your stamp and your autograph through it, can't nobody make no judgment on your court but you. Y'all don't understand how powerful you are. And you all don't understand what has been kept from you. You're going to stand up and start walking like the gods that you are. When you put a document on public record, it becomes a law. And when you put your autograph with your stamp with your autograph on it and your date, your thumbprint on the front upper right corner and also on the back upper right corner, you become the judge of that court. It is a court. Yo, boy, these technical difficulties, I go into them universal. Y'all pull down the hierarchy of laws, because one of the things you have to understand when you put your court on public record, watch this now. Y'all go and get your hierarchy of laws. Pull it down. Your court stands above their court. Pay attention. You're God. When you put your court on public record, this is their corporation. This is your court. It stands above their court. That's why they're blocking you. But because you don't know who you are, you come down here and you go into their court and you represent yourself as a dead fictitious entity. We're going to stop doing that. You're sitting as a citizen. We're going to stand as a sovereign. All right. Declaration goes on public record with the county. UCC 1 goes on public record with the county. Let me help y'all understand something. The UCC 1, now they have it, their forms for different states. Y'all got to understand, this form is really a contract. It is a court. It is another law, set of laws. All right? Once again, this is a court. Any kind of contract you put out, it's a court. And when you want to be the judge of your court, put your stamp up there. Put your autograph through it. Put a date on it. Put a thumbprint on it. On the upper right. And then on the back of the last page, in the upper right. You're the judge. All right? And your court stands above anything they say. I had a client once who, because she didn't know the law, she had put in a UCC document. And somehow the judge finagled her and made her believe that they had some kind of jurisdiction over her UCC document. when you put a UC, let me tell y'all something. UCCs, and y'all have to be very careful with them because people get angry when you put UCCs down, because you're putting a lien on something. And when you put, remember I told you, when you put this on public record and you put a lien on it, that is something very powerful. Nobody's judge, or they judge's mama, or they judge's mama's cousin, and nobody else is going to remove that lien. Nobody. That lien has been put on record by you. Oh, you're the only one that can take it off. It's like a curse. You're the only one that can take it off. This is why I say be very careful about even your words on social media, because that's a public platform. That's a public record. So when I say things are a curse, and you're writing cursive, you're writing, all right, you put things on public record, you can curse these people. And it's very, very powerful. So you still want to be cognizant. You want to be cognizant of what you're putting out and what you're writing down, because your words are very powerful. And when you put them down, the only one who can remove them are you. I'm looking at a message. They offered her jail of the child. She chose actually. She chose. Okay, I'm not sure, but Melvin is familiar with that. I'm going to take some questions in a few minutes. All right. So you got this declaration. This is a court. Now, I need y'all to understand something. A lot of times what has been going on with your mortgages is that you'll see sometimes a notice of a lien. That notice of a lien would be with the state. Remember where the state sits. County, city, state, federal, on the private side. When we're filing documents, we're always, as sovereigns, we're filing with the state, the county, filing with the county. Now, when these people are filing with the state, you need to understand that anything you're filing with the state, like if you're filing a lien, that's a notice of a lien. That is a notice of a lien. That's not the actual lien. These people can't put an actual lien on it because they're already fraudulent as it is. When they're doing these mortgages or whatever, they're already fraudulent. So they can't put a true lien on it. So they put a notice of a lien on it, like to trick you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, see if you paying attention. Because if you're not paying attention, you think, oh, they got a lien. But they don't have a lien. Unless it's filed with the county. And they're not going to do that because they're really going to put themselves in jeopardy. But you can. All right? So when you file a lien with the county, when you're filing your liens, you want it to be with the county. With that being said, notice these documents that you guys are downloading, the UCC documents from your state. That state is down here. That UCC document is a contract. You can write that out. They just got you writing the contract in their form, in their format. You can format it however. Okay, when you are claiming a lien on something, if you want to put it in their format, you can. But you can really write it in contract format and put it on public record, and it's just as good when you put it on public record with the county. Because the county is going to go by what you say as the guy that put it on public record. All right. So I talked about, that's two, the declaration and the UCC. They go on public record with the county. All right. Declaration, UCC. They go on public record with the county. All right. The third document is the security agreement. The security agreement is, that's your Constitution. All right. That's your Constitution, the security agreement. So what I want to go through, I'm going to go through some questions because I want to get into, when I finish, I want to get into what is the difference between creating a nation and versus, sovereignty and status. All right. What are my questions? I saw some questions rolling through here. I saw some questions. I'm going to see if I could take some of them. Thank you, May, for putting that up for me. And all my matriarchs, my UNA matriarchs 13, y'all are the greatest. Thank you so much. Let's see. Never plead, put you on the jurisdiction. Thank you, May. Okay, I'm going down through here. I'm just seeing if I have any questions. And I want to thank you all for joining me today. Remember, I'm going to, right after this, in about 30 minutes, we're going to go into UNA University. UNA University, and then I'm gonna do 2 hours. I'm gonna get into some specifics about what needs to be put on record, because I know I have a lot of people filing and trying to put their documents on record and who are running into issues. I'm gonna take some time and go into it in detail. I got kidnapped last week and they destroyed my phone. Sabotage of being selfless, but I'm a lover, not a fighter, but protective. All right, and Prince, make sure you follow through. Don't let them get away with it. We're going to sue them. UNA, thank you for joining us. Study and show yourself approved. You will not need a leader. That's right. You are your own leader. Go within. Let's see here. Ashe, thank you so much for everything you do behind the scenes. We should appreciate you. I'm looking for questions. Thank you, Lita. The county is the highest governing agency. That's correct. That's why I say should gang, because my lack of self-knowledge has to be educated in awareness. All right. Thank you, Prince. All right. Do I have any questions? And my matriarchs are doing a good job of putting the notes up for me. Thank you, May and Hope. And let's see here. That's a law of power. Naja. Yes. A declaration is a treaty, trust, law, court. Thank you. May is on it. Thank you. What document or declaration you talking about? Cleopatra. A declaration. I need you to go and see. If you look in the list on UNA and also on my page, Diva Laree, for those of you who don't know me, DIVAALYRI is my Facebook page name. And you can look, there's a list there where I go through the declaration and the security agreement, the UCC one, and you can pull those down and get some good information on how to get yourself set up. Hope. Thank you, Hope. A lot has been kept from us. That's right, Dwayne. Let's see here. That's why we have a lot of studying to do. That's right, May. They offered her jail. Thank you, Melvin. When you know you are a living God and walk like one, and my world is law, who has jurisdiction over God, so these officers and agents work for us. That's right. That's right, Asia. They absolutely work for us. But definitely we talk about the federal agents. Those are the ones who really have the power. Those are the ones who take the oaths. And those are the ones who have made that covenant. When I talk about a covenant, they made that with God to protect the people. And they have to protect you by law. But you got to know the law. If you don't know the law, you can't make them stand for you. You know, I have a couple of sessions where I talk about how, I had some woman when I was in Argentina. She thought she was just going to evict me for whatever reason. I never found out what the deal was. But at any rate, she tried to evict me and she calls the police. Well, when that police got there, I already knew I got a contract. Boop. All right. My contract says this is my place for this amount of time. And I had him, he became my my bodyguard. he had to usher them off of the property. He became my translator and my agent. You understand? Because I know the law. I couldn't have made it. I would have allowed him to put me out of my place. That's my place. I paid for it and I got a contract that says that they thought they were, this is our property. No, it ain't. Boop. It's my property now. I told, and my Spanish is real bad. It was worse then. But I told him, I was like, you need to get them off of this property. And they looked real stupid because he was escorting them off of their property. which was my property because I had a contract that said so. So when we know the law, then we can invoke them to work for us. But you can't invoke them if you don't know who you are, if you don't know the law. That's why it's important to study. Stop trying to follow people. You got to get the facts. Get the facts. Go look those facts up for yourself. See them for yourself. Because, see, one of the things about me, you're not doing me a favor if, well, I believe what Diva say, and I don't believe what I say. Go look it up. I don't want you to believe me. Because at the end of the day, if somebody comes at you, or they come at Diva and they got, oh, Diva crazy, Diva this and Diva that. Well, I'm good if you say, well, Diva might be crazy, but I looked this stuff up for myself and I know it's fact. That's what you're going to help me. When you've looked it up for yourself and you know that it is fact. To help yourself by studying for yourself. All right. I comprehend the concept of who I am is just the initiating the paperwork. All right. Well, we got you here, sis. Make sure. Oh, by the way, in the list, go and look up where I go through the declaration, the UCC security agreement with Shonda K. All right. Those are 2 sessions. One of them is a 3-hour session. The other one is an hour and a half session. Go and look it up and watch those videos because they go through it in detail. I'm new to all of this. You have to talk to me in Google Gaga. Cleopatra, yeah, you need to, join. Make sure you join the matriarch group and, keep watching these sessions. Join this group, UNA America. And all of the videos are up that go through this. And make sure you take some time to do a donation to UNA America. Somebody got an angry face. I don't know why. Asia, what all you gotta do is do a donation, sis. Oh, donation, DivaLarie.com. DIV to the ALYRI.com. DIVALYRI.com. All right, go to DivaLarie.com and you can do a go ahead and join that session that I'm going to have in a few minutes. I would say in a few minutes. Let me get through these questions. My ticket mailed it back. Have not heard anything. That's right. That's Valerie, one of my Matriarch 13. Thank you, McQueen. 11 Timothy. Halo, Demetria. There are videos on this page. Thank you. Start going through them. Thank you, May. Public record, miscellaneous. All right. I'm just taking questions right now. Trying to see who might have a question. So help them God. It's time for them to, it's time I learn the law so I can help them. Yeah, that's right, McQueen. Peace, Diva. So, with existing tickets and fines, filing with your declaration and other docs with county, should we then approach other counties with suits against us as debt collectors? One moment. Being we are the true creditors. Sean, yes. Okay, Sean, there's a session on A for V. That's on UNA America if you want to get that. So you just, when you do your donation, you'll be able to get access to it. So make sure you take some time and go and look that up. That session, because that session is going to help you with dealing with tickets. You can turn all of them into instruments, financial instruments. All right. When you understand the A for V game, and anytime you use an instrument or create an instrument, you're also going to send a presentment. All right. So if you watch that course, it's going to go over several laws that are in the contracts that really state that everything is already paid for. So again, I'm not making this up. This ain't just Diva Larie. What Diva Larie said? No. It's in their laws, their codes rather. All right. And so you include them in your laws, because anytime you send out a contract, anytime you send out a letter, that is a court, that is a trust, that is a set of laws that you're sending out. So, yeah, you got a lot of power. Because here's the other thing. Pay attention to this. Because when we're talking about these police stations, they're not governmental agencies. Write it down. Why is that important, Diva? Because they shouldn't even be coming up trying to arrest you. They don't have no more authority to arrest you than the little old lady on the street. They don't have no more authority to arrest you than the lady walking her dog. They don't have no authority over you. They have none. They are giving, you're consenting. First of all, when you put out a driver's license and you like, I'm the citizen of the state of, you just said you're property. You just said I'm a slave. You just said you got the right to do with me as you will. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, get your own document. That's why we're going into what the difference is between your nation and your status versus your sovereignty. What's the difference? We're going to talk about that. So when you understand that, you create your own documents. You're a God. You're a government. Create your own documents. People be like, oh, you created that in your living room. Well, that's what my government is. Where your government at? My government ain't inside of somebody else's government. My government is in my living room. Hell, it might be in my bedroom. Sometimes I might put my government in my bathroom. This is my government. That's what I'm supposed to create it for myself. You waiting on somebody else to create for you. You're a God, but you want somebody else to do it for you. Well, stand up. I sent a ticket back once and never heard from them. Yeah, Shay. When you stand up like a God and you handle your stuff on the private side. On the private side. See, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Shay. All right, listen up. And again, I got a lot of my new people, and again, I'm going to get to some of my my more advanced people when in the second hour that I'm ready to close out here in about 15 minutes. When you see something in the public, when you got somebody over here, public on this side, you got somebody over here in the public, and they in court talking about trying to argue. Well, you know, I wasn't really driving that fast, and his thing wasn't calibrated, so his speeding thing, he didn't show it to me, so I don't know. All that is garbage. First of all, if you're over here in the public, what that is a clear sign of is that you did not handle your business in the private. You understand? I already know. I've had clients, I don't know why let me tell you something. All of this stuff, when we're talking about private and the public over here in the private, they just mimicking nature. That's all they're doing is mimicking nature. And so because I see certain things, I know what I'm looking at. I mean, plus I'm psychic too. But, you know, it's because I know the law. Once you learn the law, you're going to get it. So these people over here, I ain't that psychic though. I'm working on it. Lottery and all that stuff. I'll be able to hook y'all up in a few minutes. But when we got these people over here in the public, what I know for certain is that they did not handle business in the private. Why? Because in the public, this means that anything happening over here in the public, there had to be something happening in the private. Anything happening in the public, it had to happen in the private. Now, I'm ready to go into some universal laws and natural laws real quick. Y'all follow me. Take notes. Because again, this stuff mimics nature. When we're talking about the private, we're talking about the ether. We're talking about the darkness. We're talking about the blackness. You understand? Some of y'all who know this esoteric stuff, y'all follow me. Y'all, and some of y'all might have to rewind this over and over and over and over again. Ether is in the private, the darkness, like the soil. We're talking about the place where the seed must grow. Nothing grows in the light. Everything must come from the darkness, from the mother, from the womb. We're talking about the darkness when we're talking about the private. All right? This is where the power comes from, the private. When we're talking about the public, we're talking about the light, the masculine, the false, the reflection. Okay? And I know that anything over here has to come from something in the private. It's like when you plant a seed, you're not going to go outside and look out at a tree. When you go outside and you look at a tree, you know that tree got roots that went down into the soil. Y'all follow me? Y'all don't hear me? You know that tree got roots. Can't nobody tell you that tree don't have roots. It's got green leaves and it's got brown and it's standing up tall. That tree got roots. You got some over here. That's a tree in the public. The tree is the public. The private is the roots. Y'all miss me. Y'all miss me. Okay, I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all about the hierarchy of laws, understand it, because from when I talk about the universal laws, when you get this up here, these lower laws, they're going to be easy to play with. They're going to be easy. You're going to manipulate them. You're going to know what you're looking at. So when I see somebody in public court and they done pled, first of all, you pled, I know you don't know who you are. If you're sitting up there talking to the judge and, oh, well, this happened, you had to pled. I know you don't know who you are. And if you're sitting in court, I know that somebody sent you a private document and you didn't handle it because you don't know who you are. You're not standing as a sovereign. You got to know the law. Get the hierarchy of laws. Understand them, because when you understand the highest laws, everything underneath, you're going to know what you're looking at. That's what your psychic ability. I just told you I'm psychic. When I see you over here running your dang on mouth as a dead fictitious entity, I know you don't know who you are. I know you didn't handle your business in the private. Let me see if I got any more questions. What are some ways to construct the declaration? What are we to declare? Okay, thank you, Asia. All right. When you put a declaration, listen, when I say you got power, you have power, all right? Look, you can, and I've given you a template, but you don't have to use my template. You can use any format, but the basic for our templates in this particular setting, what we're using the template for is to, 1, declare your real spiritual name, your real person name. All right? Who you say you are, not what your mama named you or what your cousin names you Pookie. If that's what you want to call yourself, then that's your name. But you are declaring what you want to be referred to as. And normally we make that different sounding from your all capital letter name. You don't want to be confused in the matrix over here. Your real person name you don't want to ever put inside of the matrix. You do not want to declare a real person name and go put that damn name on your Social Security card. Stop it. Don't do that. I've had people do, well, I want to go put it on my Social Security. What the hell you want to do that for? Do not put your private spiritual name over here into the dead fictitious matrix. This is your God name. This is your spiritual name, that what you said you are. And that must be respected. All right? So, you're declaring your real person name. You're going to declare that you are owner of the corporation that your mother created for you. We want to come out of this negativity, okay? This whole thing about, oh, they made us a slave. Look. They didn't make you nothing. They tricked some people. Because originally that Social Security account, it was called a Social Security account, not a Social Security number. And people knew it was an account. We've become ignorant. And so that's why we have forgotten it is an account and there's funds in it. All right? Your mother, when she signed off on that birth certificate, she created a bond. When she signed off on whatever document she signed, she gave them permission to create an account with your name, all capital letter name that she gave you. She gave them permission for that, okay? It's an office. It's a business your mother created a business for you and she put funds in it. Your mother created a business for you and she put funds in it. Use it or don't use it. But start looking at it differently so that you can wrap your mind around your true sovereignty, because you can't really get this when you're all angry and pissed off and you're going to mess yourself up. All right? So, again, you're declaring that all capital letter name that your mother gave you. You're saying this belongs to me because you haven't claimed it. Listen, everybody keeps talking about, oh, it don't belong to us. We didn't create it. Who the hell else can it belong to but you and your mama? Your mother created. It's got her property, her creative property, which is your name. That's her property. The birth certificate, she signed it. It couldn't create money without her signature. She dedicated it to you. You the only one who's been signing on it the whole time. You turned 18 and you get to signing and signing. And you don't even know you're a bank. You signing. And the only way they can manipulate that account is because you signing and you keep signing and you signing some more. And you ignorant because you don't know you got all these funds. Who the hell else could it belong to but you and your mother? Now you're going to claim it. And that's what the purpose is of the declaration. You're going to claim that your spiritual name, and then you're going to declare that the corporation that your mother created is yours. You're going to declare it, and you're going to put it on public record, and it's going to be respected around the planet. All right. And the other thing is that you're going to one of the big things that it does, we put our security agreement. We don't put it in the document, but we mention it. We reference the security agreement in the declaration, because remember, the declaration is a court. It is a treaty. It is a trust. It is a law. And it is a court. When you reference your security agreement in this document, this court, you're bringing everything within that security agreement into that court. You're admitting that document into the evidence of the court. Now, if you don't mention it, then it's not a part of the court. Well, we wanted a part of the court. We want all of your laws. And guess what? Those laws are not even public records. So you keep your security agreement separate from the declaration. That's another thing. That's my more advanced course. Y'all go and find the document that I did with Shonda K, and it talks on that. Let's see here. Is there a way to discharge county filing fees, Diva? Yes, Lita. Next week, we're going to go into depth on all of the laws that state where you're not supposed to pay for anything, filing. And it's illegal for them to ask you. It's called solicitation of a bride. It's called a federal offense. It's called 2 years in prison. And I didn't say jail. I said prison, because when we're talking about federal offenses, we're talking about prison, and we're talking about minimums of 1 year. And sometimes up to 15 years. So yeah, those are federal offenses that they're creating. And this is why they don't want you recording when you going into these bills. Or you can't record. You don't tell me what the hell. Like, this is my house. I'm recording. Where is my cell phone? Give me my cell phone. Y'all turn it on and record. They can't tell you, and they'll try to throw you out. That's another federal offense. Y'all got to understand, the reason why they've been getting away with this is because we have not been challenging them. All right, Lita, we'll go through that next week in depth, because I'm going to include all of these laws that we are unaware of that they have to follow. Let me answer a couple more, and then I got to go through what a nation, sovereign, and status is. All right, let's see. Sorry, angry face was a mistake. Thank you, Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. Love those flowers. Thank you. Yes, this is from some matriarch friends. And these, well, those from somewhere else. Okay. I told them to put a registered sticker on it, then put that number on the top to make it federal. That's right, Valerie. When you put that registered mail number on your document and you send that through the mail, look, I just told y'all, y'all creating courts. So when you send that through the mail, you just created a federal court. What'd I just say? Did anybody, let me see, is this thing on? All right. Is this thing on? Y'all hear me? All right. You just created a federal court when you put that registered mail sticker on it and you send it through the mail. It is federally protected. All right, I'm done with questions. You all be ready to join me in UNA America. Let me talk about this difference between your nation, your sovereignty, and status. Now, a lot of you all, I've had a lot of people come to me and they're like, I want to declare my status. I want to declare my status. And I don't deal with status. All right? Because status deals with a dead, fictitious entity. I'm not telling you not to do whatever. Y'all want to go and deal with this SF-181 form. That's fine. I've gone over what the SF-181 form is and what the term black means, and the fact that the original black people were actually light-skinned people. All right. I've gone over what the term white means and the fact that all the people who were originally considered white were those who were melanated, coming from the lands that we know today as Africa, but really it was Europe. And so when they say the original European, you're talking about the Moroccan Moors, Algiers, Tunis, Tripoli, Montezuma. You're talking about the British Moors. Those are the people who were calling themselves white. When we're talking about Indians, you're talking about the original copper-colored people of the land, which are the people who call themselves African American and Negro, which they was being renamed or reclassified by a group of Moors that came in here from over somewhere else. They reclassified the original people as black and African American and Negro, when that's not their original terms. But if you want to deal with status, that's dealing with a dead fictitious entity. That's going to deal with, if you say, oh, I'm Indian, well, you're just going to get a few more crumbs than the people who call themselves black. That's what you're going to get. But when you know you are a sovereign, oh, well, then I just control the whole pie. Just give me my whole pie. And thank you for the benefits. I'm a control this now. I'm gonna get everything I need. That's what a sovereign does. Now, when you want to deal with a stat, because see, the thing is, it doesn't matter about your nationality when you are sovereign and you have put a declaration on, a declaration that says what your declaration. Remember that you declared under here. I gotta go in a few minutes. All right, I'm sorry. I get carried away with y'all. But anyway, declaration. All right. This declaration, that you put your declaration up here, you declared that status is dealing with what you declared under this United States corporation. That's what that status is. Are you black, a Negro, an Indian, or whatever else you want to call yourself, so we can give you a few crumbs? Oh, but when you sovereign up here, you controlling all of this. You control your whole pie. All right? And as a sovereign, when you make a declaration, look at where your declaration is standing. This them. Talking about some status. You up here like, nope, I'm a god. I own this thing down here. I own that. That's me. I mean, listen, when you put on public record in your declaration listen, I told you can make your declaration be whatever you want it to be. Now, the main things it's going to do is those two things I told you about. But the other thing you can make that declaration do, you can put your whole family tree in your declaration. You can put your whole family tree and all of that in your declaration. And look, your declaration is going to trump anything these people got to say down here. Whatever you put here is law, not what they say down there. Why you playing down there? I don't play down there. You want to go mess with the SF? Well, I'm not telling you not to. I'm not saying don't. I don't deal with it because I know when I say it's law, and that's all I'm dealing with. I don't play down there. Now, sovereignty, okay? When we're talking about our sovereignty, we're talking about the main three things. Again, declaration, security agreement, UCC1. And real quick, I'm going to talk about some other things that you can do, because in the session that I'm going to go into with UNA, I'm going to talk about where you want to file your documents with the federal government to make it clear of who you are. All right? So, yeah, you're going to put them on public record, but we're also going to do some stuff with the federal government so they can put some stuff on their record to make it clear. All right. Let me make sure I get this. Now, when talking about sovereignty, those three things are what we're talking about. And that's great. Put them on record. But when we're talking about a nation, what is a nation? What is a nation? All right, y'all notice now, a country or a nation, when we're talking about a country, all of these states, state republic, Georgia Republic, California Republic, Texas Republic, Tennessee Republic, all of those are their own country. I didn't say the state of something, but republic. So Georgia Republic is a country. Tennessee Republic, that's a country. Why? What makes it a country or a nation? It has a flag. It has a seal. It has a constitution. It has a landmass. And it has a bank. Flag, seal, constitution, landmass, bank. Y'all, some of y'all, look, when you have a flag, that's basically your logo. What is your logo? What is your family crest? So when you have your home and you have, your family crest and you have your children underneath your family, that is your nation. People talk about, you got to have 10, 13. You're a nation all by yourself. You're a nation all by yourself. So when you create a seal for that and a flag, that becomes your flag, your seal. All right? When you're talking about your Constitution, that's your security agreement. That's the Constitution. All right? Your landmass. Some of y'all, we ain't got no land. Are you made up of every element on the planet? Are you made up of every element on the planet? Then you are walking land. You are a land mass. And in fact, when you create your declaration, it is a treaty which deals with your land mass and the laws that are associated with your land mass. What else we got? A bank. Do you have a pen? You got a hand? If you got a mouth that can write and sign an autograph, you are a walking bank. Every time you sign your name on something, you are creating money. You are a nation, a flag, a seal, a constitution, a landmass, a bank. You're a walking nation. I'm about to get out of here because I think I hope I've said enough for my people. Y'all don't forget, Monday we're gonna do Divas Court. Y'all, we just have some fun with learning law. Just give you an opportunity to win some prizes because I got a lot of great people with UNA who are just giving so much that we got to give it away. We got to give stuff away, and I love y'all, and I appreciate you all for all of your support. So yeah, y'all come to Divas Court. We do a lot of fun stuff. We got a lot of other things to give away within the next couple of weeks too. We're dealing with supporting our businesses. Y'all make sure you support your businesses. And what else do I need to say before I get out of here? Y'all go over to UNA. Be ready to go on UNA America. Put your donations in. My sisters are getting you in. They're going to pull y'all in because you got to pay attention to get up in UNA. And, a lot of people ask me, well, how much you want me to donate? How much you... Look, you're doing an investment for yourself, okay? For me and my sisters, look, we do this because we work for the universe. We work for the universe. And we want you all to start working for the universe, which you are the universe. All right? When you put an investment in, and you see what we do, when you put an investment in, it's got to come back by law. That's one of the universal laws. If you don't know the universal laws, pull it down. By law, my sister Valerie need to put her testament up many times because every time Valerie give a donation, she be calling me back talking about, oh, Diva 10 times over and just bragging about it. I mean, because she's excited. So I'm just letting you know whatever you put in, it comes back many times over. And it's about the energy that you put in. If you're investing in yourself, you're happy, you're proud of what we're doing, proud of what you're doing, proud of the fact that you can invest in yourself, then do it. Do whatever you can. All right? Just show respect for what we're doing here. And you know that every time you do something with us, we work for the universe, all of us. All my matriarch 13s, we work for the universe. And so we invite you to join us as we do our work. Do some work on your own. All right? Diva, I love y'all. I appreciate you all for everything that you do all of your messages. I love y'all so much. Thank you. I appreciate the love. We're gonna catch y'all in UNA University. Y'all come on over. Come on over. Come on over. I'm gonna go. Diva. Peace. Bye-bye.